You might notice I changed my message.
I haven't checked.
I wouldn't expect you to. It used to be a traitor to the way of the fist. Also, welcome, honoured guest, to the stream.
Thank you.
How do you...
Oh no, don't turn around! Okay.
Well, are you doing a thing with the girl?
Yeah. I made it.
He speeds up every now and then, like, hurry up, ya! Why in such a hurry, girl? Christ! I'm getting stacks of chill to the bone. Yay. Did you get that? It's cold.
They're all depending on me. Oh wow. We got help a lot of people.
I found a thing! Yay! That's funny, after he does like the victory celebration, the camera pans out and suddenly I start like shaking in the cold. Your grand discovery comes at a great personal cost to the heat in your body. So cold! Chill. I really like that bit where we're really woozy and trying to stop Estinian from wasting all our money. Estinian, no! You don't pay top dollar on the market board, stop! That guy tried to charge him for 11 times the market value. And there was even like one cut saying that, yeah, you've already seen not too long ago, where the guy is like, is that an ether current? No, just a wind sprite. God, I've seen people make that mistake. Call. Oh, well, listen. We live better than many. We are the upper middle class. We had everything. It was everything you could imagine and so much more. It was glorious, glorious! Since I'm on the 83 quest, that must mean the dungeon must be getting there. So, once I reach that point, I'll do some other stuff while you get there, I guess. Might as well, since we're both close on the road. So where are you right now?
I just met the refugees that were living in the mansion.
Yeah. I'll blow everything up. Everything. I'ma blow this shit up. There we go. I avoided failing. Happy days. One could even argue I succeeded, but you know. Luck is on your side, Lee Dogmeat. That's not what most people tell me about, right? Yeah, there's some stuff I want to talk to you about, but I need to wait till you get there, you know?
What? Sorry?
There's some stuff I want to talk to you about, but I need to wait till you get there and all, you know?
Yeah, radios.
Yeah.
Finally,
I like the idea that these radios are what saved people. It's like the games are trying to like, hey guys, remember radios? Remember those things? They're useful, I swear.
They are though.
Yes, they are.
Don't react.
Radio.
You'll only draw attention to yourself.
Oh,
When our systems went to shit here after Hurricane Maria and Irma came by, radios were working.
After you left with the Garlean lad, Lucy
how
made a few
messages
of
got
our
sent
scouts
across the
follow
islands.
you at a discreet distance. We
Cell
observed you
phones
relent
didn't work
the
for a long
station,
ass time.
but decided against venturing inside.
Never mind internet.
This is funny.
Didn't have any power.
I don't like when games make me lie to people. Ain't that sad? I want to be honest.
When you emerged sometime later, and we saw that the twins were sporting magic collars, it was clear what had taken place.
I just saw the thing
Now,
that you were
as
talking
quietly as
about
you
2
can,
hours ago.
Tell me everything.
What thing?
The guy saying that he thinks that the Emperor's still alive.
He's like, yeah, there's no way the Emperor's dead. Well, dude, I kind of saw it happen.
Yeah, I was there. You didn't stop it. I'll just not say anything.
I walked in and they're like, "Hey, don't do that." I said, "Don't do it." God, the nerve of some people. And then I may or may not have beaten him up in a flashback of his younger years to get into Bosnia.
Himself, eh? Out there's a surprise.
Oh, hello.
This is also the first I've heard of a plan to join forces with the Tenth.
Welcome to the
and storm
stream.
Tower of
We're
Babel.
just doing main scenario quest. If you have any questions, feel free to ask and I'll try and answer. I'm not much of a talker though, without a bit of nice material to go on.
An interesting development.
Yeah, the Tower of Babel.
Perhaps
That was
the
an
opportunity we've
FF4.
been waiting for.
Just like the Tower is that. Which is fitting because, you know, we're supposed to be going to the moon later on in this expansion. Or so all the
Our
previews
comrades
have
back at
had.
the camp also
No,
received
that's
some
true.
rather promising news. But it's still too early
And
to
that's
get
all
our hopes up.
FF4 sort of stuff. We might even get to fight
For now,
Golbez,
keeping yourselves
the
out of
big
harm's way
wood,
comes
big
before
bad dude
all
from
else.
that.
Whatever demands the Guardians make,
Or Zeronis.
indulge them.
That'd be cool. Was my OG
With luck,
FF, so it'd be
this
nice
will
to
be
see some
overseen.
representation.
Until then.
They had not gone far.
We searched high and low, but no luck, I'm afraid.
Of course,
Might have
only you
guessed
found
you'd be the
something,
only one
Mr.
to find
Daphne.
anything.
I wasn't expecting much to begin with. Eventually, there will be nothing left out here for us to safely salvage. For now, this will have to suffice. We should return to the station.
Yeah, it's better than nothing, that's for sure. Every bit helps.
Ah, there you
How
are.
far are you from
Heard
83
you've gone
Salon?
hunting for ceruleum above ground. Brought back a king's ransom?
You best watch out for baby
Hardly.
honesties while we're away.
Thanks to these three, we have enough to last a little while longer.
You lying bitch.
How close are you to 83 Salon?
I don't know.
Well, well.
I'm waiting for this cutscene
Not at all
to
what I was
play.
Because you're about
These
to reach
ones?
the 83 quests.
For savages, they seem positively
Oh,
docile.
I'm not close at all. Halfway there.
Yeah, we're probably gonna do a roulette. You wanna? We could queue for one after this cutscene I'm in.
Sure. Let me set myself up for dungeons because I am in a much more
In all honesty,
relaxed,
I'm grateful
laid
for your
back
efforts.
mode.
But even with another night of warmth, there are those among us
I've
who
been
may not live
my
to
my
see
hot
tomorrow.
bars are all set up on mouse and keyboard, and I've been using a controller to run around because
I
it's
trust
more
your
comfortable.
expedition was
Yeah,
So I
I
don't have my mouse and my keyboard, so I literally can't use any abilities.
If an enemy attacked you, be like, run!
Quintus!
Run for my life!
As my friend Lee would say, an interesting strat.
Yes, but if it works, then it works well.
use what you procured.
It's
to
much more
refuel
comfortable,
the
honestly.
armor.
But I prefer playing with a mouse and keyboard and moving around with a controller. Who would have known? Who would have thought? Who would have thunk?
Sir, what about the heaters for the camp?
Sounds good.
The time for action is upon us.
The time is now. We must move.
We go. We ride.
My men and
For
I have
victory or
matters to
death.
discuss. In the meantime, you are to wait here.
Glory.
Do not forget, you are being watched.
At a red dawn.
Wolverine! People still be cold. I guess it's a fitting time for the expansion,
time
huh?
for
Icy
action.
place, winter.
What did he mean by that?
It all comes
Indeed.
together.
Speculate.
clearly something
I'm gonna turn on the light. There we go.
Whether they plan to utilize it now or after they join with the 10th is another question.
God only knows what these people are planning. That God being the developer.
Yep. Okay, I'm good to go.
Will they ever escape this cult?
I'm really curious as to my DPS,
Return to
honestly.
and reclaim the idyllic
Yeah,
spaces
how
in
much
which
the
you
numbers have been
used to-
squished.
You hear my fan? I turn on the fan, so
Ah, your biggest fan, I see.
I set it to a low setting. The
Oh,
lowest setting.
is that the same comment as earlier about getting more people, or is it an actual comment? Yep, it's the one that become famous thing again. Bots just keep on coming in and sending me those.
There's fates. These.
It's fate for people to keep sending me that spam.
Alphino and Alize are to stay here
Grown
as our
rosé.
prisoners.
Should have
They will
drank
be
it when we
released
had
once
time.
your comrades have relinquished their supplies and withdrawn from Garlean soil.
Get it? Time to speak with the burly Tapper.
Until our terms are met, they will
So
be
what do you do,
detained
Mr.
at
Tapper?
a separate
Why,
location.
I tap. Tappity tap tap tap.
After everything we've said and done.
We've worked so
This is how you
hard.
treat
We
us.
tried so hard. We got so far. Now you're doing this. My God.
It doesn't even
Our
matter.
allies have but limited supplies.
Took too
They may
long
stave off cold
to
and starvation
lose
for a
you.
short while, but what then?
Oh, don't press that button. I know you don't want
For
to do
now,
it.
keeping yourselves out of harm's way comes before all else. Whatever demands the Guardians
For now,
make,
just play along,
indulge them.
you fool.
A bunch of different people's tappers came up at the same time,
Get them out of here.
and I got to tank them all. It's not on Gunbreaker.
Hey, oh God, so much. Many guns were broken that day. I've taken some off sometimes with Monk's new AoE skills. We are giving Monk new skills, and they are AoE, nothing but AoEs. Alright then. Let's count them, folks. They stuck on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And one shitty single target move that only happens if you fuck up your rotation. It'll be fine. What's the name of the quest you're on, Salon? That rhymes.
Don't know, but I'll check. As soon as the cutscene ends. Cutscene after cutscene after cutscene.
As it goes. Oh, do I have to type something in side chat? Nope. The guy just made it sound like, say it exactly like this, but there's no, like, you know, prompt. Thank God. After all. For glory. Understandable.
So the quest is called How the Mighty Are Fallen, but that one's done. I should turn again.
Yeah, you've got 3 quests left until the wall. Or are they giving you like 460? Or are they giving like 460 something K, or what was it?
462 you have. I have 3 left. I'll get 1.2 mil and I'll be 1.5 short.
Well, in that case, let's do a leveling roulette or something, I guess. Okay. It's like we have a tank or something in the party. Who would have guessed? Fear him. Pure evil be us, be we. It's usually the case it was a DPS who was last to say yes. Yo. Now what dungeon do we get now? Oh, 79. The second highest level. Oh,
So it
the 80s I don't think give much, so you know, pretty good,
You will not defile my you.
And I can do everything I have except that crit AoE. Nice. You're too far away. I managed to gap close to you. There we go. Oh! Oh, I need to turn. Man, getting guaranteed stacks every attack you got, anyone does. When Brotherhood's up is pretty nice. And what am I saying, that's not till 88. I keep dreaming of things I don't have yet. Yeah, getting them every crit is still nice. I only got added like a year ago. I didn't play Monks that much since the game, so it feels good having it in this content where it didn't used to exist then, that passive. I could just keep you targeted so I can gap close to you if you ran ahead, I guess. I'll just AoE these guys. I don't think... Well, even if I don't hit anyone with the spin, it still counts as doing the combo.
Oh, nice.
I'll just build up all my stacks.
In combat?
Yeah. I'll just build all my stack while fighting, absolutely fucking up.
Well, if you have to be in combat, that wouldn't actually work that way, but if you don't have to be in combat for it to go off, that would be pretty fucking up because you just always have full stacks.
Well, you can. Well, when you're not in combat, clicking meditations just gives you 5 stacks. But yeah, you're right. You could always have full beast chakra to move in, if it works that way.
As long as you're not in a set.
Yeah.
fucking cutscenes.
Let's build up a chakra before these guys die. Hadouken! Kamehameha!
Get!
These guys aren't going to live long enough for me to do a PB on them, I don't think. They would have just lived long enough, but you know. I got a stack, I got a use of it, and because nowadays we build up charges of action. Oh, the combat started right before I refreshed all my stacks, making it only refresh one. Those cheeky enemies. Oh. Flint strike! Flint strike! There, the flint strike! There, your mother's striking family!
I'm so curious as to how much damage I'm doing on this still right now. I'm doing well at that.
If you're doing good tank if you're doing good tank DPS, yeah. The real question.
Yeah, I mean tank DPS is important.
Tornado kick! Six-sided star! That gives me increased movement speed. Woo! That's enough. Get my stacks.
Hey, look who's there.
Good old Lionel. Tancred's best friend. I'll be torn, but I still got the crit, so we're good. So I'm gonna drop. I mean, I'm just gonna drop dead.
What's he doing?
All he's doing is when you stand in between the yes and all that stuff. Alien. Oh, brother, what the? Tornado kick! And the moment I got a stack for my own attack, you gave me a stack with your attack, Salam. Yeah! Combination!
Oh boy.
Well, the healer didn't die, so we're alright. If they died, that might be a problem. Yeah, I saw it was going to aim for you, Slon, so like, I'm getting away from that guy. Oh! I've got a stack. I guess I'll use it in the moment. Really be using it as I get them, but no. It's too empowered by all this reboot shining! This would be a safe spot, maybe. I'll do another combo then. I know it's a bad move because I won't get a second thing, but I don't really mind. I don't really feel the need to. I'm not going to get a TK on this guy anyway, so I don't mind saving it for next moves. Which would be my argument if there was actually a person watching me and being like, why did you do the same loop twice? Because they were dying. Corpses need not efforts. Yeah, Monk and Sam, now they both get their buffs from their AoEs as well. Instead of their AoEs just keeping the buffs up. Yeah, I just walk up to these guys and do like break dances. 15% CS buff. Well, it's 10 until level 84, but you know, it will be 15. One of these days. I don't know. Oh, me, Kamehameha. Look. Yeah, since whenever I crit, I get a stack. So when I'm AoEing people, I almost always get a stack, you know. Because I'm hitting so many targets, one of them's gonna get crit.
It's kinda hard not to at least hit one AoE.
To not get at least one crit,
Yeah. That's what I meant.
yeah. Exactly. It used to be...
You have a 30% crit chance. Hit 50 targets. Not one of them crit.
It used to be, at low level, it was a 50% chance of you critted, then at 80% at cap. Then they changed it to 80% at low levels and 100% at cap. It's like, so we weakened all your moves and took away your main buff, but you guarantee stack now.
Not sure it worked, but thank you.
Like, I mean, you didn't shoot me in the head, I guess. Capping the claws.
Like,
I wore the adversary in the scap closing meta. Well, it's time for my patented technique. Tornado's kick. Oh, that nearly got late.
I don't know who gave you the patent, bro, but they might have been saying it.
Twin strike. For the twin strike, for your modern Clipping family. Yeah, there's no point in wasting my brotherhood on this mob now. They're mostly dead, right? Yeah. I'll save that for the boss. Deadly anyway. I got one big. Yeah, sometimes in dungeons I like to save my burst for a boss, you know? Melts down a bit quicker.
Oh, my cooldowns are so fast with the exception of the defense ones. I remember this. Probably gonna get it wrong anyways, but...
Oh shit, I'm doing those. Oh right, yeah. What am I doing? I got too caught up in my rotation, I nearly got hit by that. Would have been a sad one. Also, I'm not used to the fact that every time I do a new finisher, I'm immediately allowed to pick whatever step in the combo I want to do. I'm like, oh right, I don't need to do this normally. The fuck keeps changing.
I get to do whatever I want.
I'm not ready for this with this much power.
This level of freedom just confuses me.
Tornado's kick? Oh yeah, I'll stand in this one.
Yeah, take this. Buenos días.
Oh yeah, no
Sí,
one took...
déjalo pasar, por favor.
No one took the other one.
Gracias. Need the Uber Eats first. Bringing groceries.
Oh.
Do I have to stand on those? Oh boy. Oh boy. This is not good. Yes, I take damage like a good little
And the
bad
healer
boy.
died, like a bad lady said.
Oh shit. Okay, so I can't get hit anymore.
That's a way to put it.
Alright, so what do these balls do? They're safe? The balls are safe?
Yeah, right here is the safe spot.
Okay. The balls are safe.
Like, some of the balls aren't safe, but, you know.
The balls that are not in damaged ones are safe.
Oh, so, the damaged field, he can hit outside of that field as well. It's like a double layered thing.
Babe!
There, have a healing buff. You know, heal a bit more. Anyway, the one on front of the middle thing. Flint? This one's safe.
What makes the damage feel?
Oh, it's based on like his headpieces, you know, like the way his faces are lined up. Oh, okay, I better put that. But he died. You died first, boss guy! Before you can kill me. I may have wasted a bit of that last perfect balance because he died for my last hit, but hey, I can get my cooldown back while I'm waiting on that healer, I guess.
And righteousness will prevail!
You the enemy of innocence?
Yes, the enemy of the guy who rules this place, you know. Mr. Fat Man himself. Well, formerly fat by the time he gets
He's not fat anymore!
He's thin as fuck! He's become an anime pretty boy! The worst thing in all! Kill him like that! Oh shit. I was going to target the chest. There we go. Guess I'll build some stacks while I'm waiting for those guys to catch up with us. Well, I could go back and, yeah, I'll go back and AoE them. Joking, Brotherhood, everything. All of you will feed me stacks. All of you will. Delicious, roaring stacks. Nah, they were exquisite. Thank you for the meal. Oh shit. Oh, what else hit me? Oh, I'll probably check one over here. I guess a map man is still useful in raids where the guy stops being targetable. I could probably have used it. Some stuff. But it's so meh. I guess I can keep on my second. Wait until I start combat, it doesn't count for me with this thing. Put the last mob before the last one. This guy at Woodhouse, you know, hits the right and hits the left and back and forth. Look at your side of it. As you all do. I'm not gonna bother wasting my things on him. He's nearly dead. Here we are. At le boss finale. Forgiven obscenity. There's no way you can kill Summoner's Rift. He's a tank. They're like nearly invincible, for fuck's sake. And the boss took that person. The challenge, is it? We fight.
Stop that, damn you! I don't care what it takes!
I don't care what it fucking takes to beat him! Stop that man! Bring it on, you little leechy boy. Hope the healer doesn't die here. You're damn right. Oh, right. I'll build up my snacks while I'm waiting.
I don't remember what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, the second layer is the hard part to dodge there. But, yeah, so don't be in line with her first. Yeah, we can hit her again.
The healer was stacking with me. And got hit. But I didn't get hit. You have to adjust.
Fuck! Yeah, it's a small thing. I nearly got hit, but I dodged it.
Pleb. I think I just got lucky. I mean, I did sidestep a little bit, but I think I just got lucky.
Oh, fuck! I wasted for those now! Jesus!
Damn it. I moved as fast as I could.
Yeah, I tried to preempt it, sort of. Huh? Oh, I need to do the fucking finisher first. Shit. Bad right. I jumped the gun in there. Ah, this again. Let's try. Dog me back. Dog me back. I'll say you're the weaker DPS. You have to limit break, dude. It's the crime of the weak. Don't hear it? Oh no.
Yep,
Yeah, there's only one save. Oh right, the right one was glowing. I saw it right when it fell. Oh well.
Wow, he was stood right in that. It was like no fucks given, stood right in the fucking
I don't care about my life. died before I could do six-sided star. Misjudged it a bit. Using six-sided star correctly is a bit awkward.
That was a big bump on my XP.
Yeah, I nearly leveled up again.
Wow, that was a lot of XP for
the power of leveling roulette, my friend.
900k for completing the roulette.
And then the experience you got from killing the guys.
400k for killing the boss.
Yeah, for me I got 1.1 because
hey, 58k for being the adventure in need.
Yeah. So I got 1.1 from doing it, and you know all the stuff from the. So
326 for the boss before that.
Yeah.
256 for the boss before that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm only 500k from leveling again now. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'm at 800k. You said I had 3 quests, so should be alright.
Yeah, that's good. I'll keep on going till I reach the dungeon. Then I will procure some other goals. Like, you know, picking up those hunts and killing them and whatnot. Maybe a bit of eater current hunting if I have the time. Person, duty is rarely a simple thing. Do we need to find it? Eh? Oh. We have to cooperate. We're all in this together, solo dog meeting gang. We got all the plans. Down over there. Yeah, that paid off to me better than I thought it would. I got over 2 mil total doing that.
What?
I got over 2 mil total doing that, so that's pretty nice.
Yep, we got a lot of XP for doing that for sure.
Yeah. Especially if you do a roulette with like a pre-made, imagine that, like everyone being good. I'd say that Reaper didn't seem too bad, but I wouldn't actually know if he was good or not.
Yeah, me neither. If you was out DPSing in some of the things according to the, if we go by the little numbers that show up in the party list.
Oh yeah, though in fairness, the heals and AoEs might have been, you know, if it's a mob pull, you never know how good someone is there. Well, an actual parser, because, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty nice instance. What I found weird is, you know that like Imperial Spear Woman or whatever we beat? Vergilla or something? Vergilia? I don't know. I don't think she had any dialogue or spoken lines before we knocked her out. It's like, well, clapped.
This is my home. Home.
Poor boy.
At least it was
I forgot
until
about
that night.
Person I let in.
I was with Lord Quintus when the capital fell.
Food's on my doorstep.
Spared.
No, it's not.
Food's at
Food
my
Family
doorstep,
who did
and I
not
can't
own a
eat
radio were less fortunate.
Go grab that real quick.
Sure.
Oh god,
When
this
dawn
thing's
came,
fucking heavy.
I made my way here. My parents, my little brother and sister, they were still inside.
Babe. Llegó la vaina.
They weren't themselves, and they tried to.
Oh my. I forgot what I had ordered.
I had promised to take them away from the capital that very morning, to somewhere safe, to hide until the fighting stopped.
But all my plans failed.
Promised.
I ordered obscene amounts of caffeine.
Darlene Flag.
Yeah,
There's a
you leave
chain.
me in coffee drinking.
Bon-
I don't actually. Dirty
red
had
link at
me
its
try a
centre.
coffee once. It just tasted like warm
Blood
water, though. I couldn't
of
get
the
anything
fallen.
off it.
our loved one.
If drinking this
If
warm
she
water would
too
be
fell,
beneficial,
who
I
would be
guess I
left
could
to
keep doing
remember
it.
them and their sacrifice?
But,
what enduring proof would there be that they were ever here?
But other forms of caffeine.
It's the liquid of efficiency, as they say.
If we had turned to your gods, would they have saved us?
Our gods do jack shit, silly.
I'm sorry, forget I spoke.
We are our gods.
We should go.
What the hell is this? Alright.
It's no use. Believe me, I do not enjoy being here any more than you. But he wanted us to play along, so that is what we will do.
Pringles and Lay's.
I'm combining it. Or as we called them, what was it? We called them Tato here? Or Walkers? I think Walker, I forget. I think it was Walker.
It's so cold.
Alrighty, back to the Prague.
Painfully so. Unbearably.
Aw, poor things.
I've been thinking about what Quintus said. About why no one would accept Garlean rule. Irreconcilable differences. When coexistence isn't an option, only conquest remains.
I mean, there's other forms of fate. You know, you got revelation, you got birthright, it's only conquest.
Varys at Gimlet said much the same. Only by uniting the world beneath a single standard would we rid ourselves of the Ascians. United as one people, one race cleansed of imperfections, a cold and unforgiving vision. And when we fail to live up to their standards, what place is there for us in their world? But the truly sad, truly frustrating thing is how damnably similar it all is to the lofty ideals of Father and the Forum.
Is ever much like the Forum.
Always non-intervention. Protect our knowledge and our people, and to hells with the rest of you. And yet, I can see how it happened. Varys and Father looked to their elders for guidance and took their virtues as their own. But for this world was of their making. In who else could they place their trust? All of us lost in a sea of chaos. Searching desperately for purpose and meaning. But it shouldn't just be an extension of another's. It has to be ours. It has to be. We all have a stake in this world. No one should be silenced.
I won't deny that we lack the experience of people such as Father or Quintus. Perhaps they've come to see the world as a series of problems, and the most efficient way of solving them, to reduce everything
Seeing
to
the world
fundamental
as a
forms.
series of problems, and the most efficient way of solving them.
A stone is a stone, a cloud, a flower, no more than that. Simple descriptions that strip the subject of distinguishing characteristics. A man is a man, divided according to race, creed, or allegiance, and to some, defined by such associations.
Is that what you think?
In my misbegotten youth. But what I believed wisdom was no more than aggressive ignorance. I've since learned to look beyond the banners and the politics. To see people as individuals with their own hopes and dreams. As for my dream of building a better world, well, every day I'm reminded that it is far more complex than I had ever imagined. But it only spurs me onward, to find the wisdom and the strength to see it through to the very end.
All of our supplies and an immediate withdrawal. These are your conditions?
Demands. And you forgot about the airship. Once again, you will leave one behind. It will be used to return the prisoners. Their collars will be removed prior to the exchange.
So in the end, not even Father's expertly worded rhetoric could deter you from your chosen course.
Huh?
Not that I thought for a moment that it would. I've no love for violence, of course, but ours is a cause worth fighting for. I just wish he'd realise it too.
A battle worth fighting is a battle worthy indeed.
Sometimes the only way to protect the ones you love is to take a stand. To refuse to suffer in silence. I want you to know I share your conviction. Whether it be on the battlefield or in the debating chamber, I won't back down.
That's the spirit.
I get...
That's what I'm saying.
You've found your own reason to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes, I have. God's willing, there will come a day when we can finally lay down our arms, and there will be peace. But not until the Tlofferoi have been defeated once and for all. And you, brother, will have a vital part to play. By your words and deeds, you'll lead the way.
I pray I am up to the task.
There'll always
Everyone's
be
shoving
naysayers.
stuff on poor little
Those who
Alfie
think
all
us
the time.
fools for even trying. It's easy for learned elites to criticize earnest efforts and assert their moral superiority, all without offering alternatives. Not that their sophistry has ever wounded you. So stubborn and strong. Stronger than you even know. Don't ever change, you hear me?
Don't you change, you fool. Never change. Be the
I'll
same
be there to
forever.
catch you.
What can I improve? No!
Maybe both.
You
for
see
good
who you
measure.
are. You never change.
Thank you, Alice.
Oh, here we go. Well, gee, I wonder whose spear that could be. If only I knew some spear-based character, you know? Could be anyone, right? Maybe it's Tataru, or...
The scouts have secured Alize and Alphino.
Maybe
Their
like
collars
that.
were removed without complications. Well,
Spoils.
they report
Fresh
no
blood.
casualties.
Oh my.
Not for their party,
Yeah,
nor the
fresh.
guards, who will wake from their premature slumber in due course.
It would appear the situation has changed. I propose new terms. We have information that will be of great interest to Lord Quintus, and I wish to speak with him in person.
No. In the event you rejected our first proposal, we came
Oh
prepared.
god.
with a
Really? They're
second.
both dead?
Yep. Poor kids. They were so afraid of trusting us that they chose to die out, risk their lives out there. I mean, it makes sense, you know. They've been conflict all that time.
Ambush!
More are coming! Make ready!
Well, this things aren't going as well as we thought.
We, the loyal soldiers of the First Legion, proud servants of Garlemald, of the fallen Emperor Varys, shall safeguard these lands from the barbarian hordes until our countrymen return!
Yeah, it's gonna work out, Ken.
Stop! Both of you!
That was quite the move.
This child may be the worst emissary I have ever seen.
We received an urgent communication from the Grand Company of Eorzea. Envoys from the Imperial Army, led by members of the 10th Legion, came to Alamigo and requested an
plot
audience.
twists and turns.
They explained that their efforts to coordinate the reclamation of the capital with the aid of the 4th, 5th, 8th and 12th had ended in failure. Communication between most legions has broken down entirely. Most of the 10th's conscripts have deserted, leaving their forces severely depleted. That is why, unable to continue the fight on their own, they and their allies turned to the Grand Company of Eorzea for aid.
Lies! Every word!
It is the truth, and I have not finished. The 10th has requested that we deliver a message to Lord Quintus. Have the ill stand down.
You have been listening, my lord? What are your orders?
Inform her that we will honor the 10th's decision.
Yay!
Bereft of hope, and now dignity. I release you from your duty. All of you. I take solace, your radiance, in the knowledge you are not here to witness our debasement. 'Twas a grand, glorious dream we shared. Of a world united, of peace and prosperity. We are ghosts, you and I, memories of days gone by. Bonds forged in blood.
It's a pretty good tune.
That I will not see tarnished.
Oh, don't do it, man. No. Really? Oh. Yeah.
Quickly! We have to reach the station before it's too late.
About that.
If there is still a chance that Quintus will agree to a truce, we must take it.
I just hope we get there before he and his men do something rash.
Yeah, maybe a bit too late for that, honey. I'm trying to say things in vague terms, you know. Oh. The story content's a bit thicker this time around. Level up! You got me. But more importantly, melee mastery, punk! Let's get that shit out again. Juicy.
Cutscene. I shall return.
Welcome, and bye. Off he goes. Your current quest, I guess. Right, it's kind of chilling there, so. Can I call it after that? Probably. Good bit to explore over there. Urbanissima. The urban place, I guess? By that logic. Oh, forum. I will find there eventually. Courts nearby? Northeast, so in the Forbidden Zone. That which I have no clue to. Children of the land. Oh, they're not there. Too loud. He used to be that way, I'm gonna say what. I'm gonna say him. Automated debt machine. Be a lean debt machine. Oh, yeah, I really overshot it. Oh well. Always get them later. Julius, I'm sorry about what happened. Though he wouldn't know yet, I guess. Too late for what? Lord Quintus took his own life. The news with the tent, he relieved us of our duties. Then when he was alone, he... No. Damn it. The assisted by the soldiers have seen to the remains. In due course, he'll be afforded proper burial. Releases from their duty. He wants to be free to choose our own fate. Him to guide us where I have just this moment spoken to Lucia. Yeah. Some would rather die. Most of us just want to live. We just want to live. They decide for themselves they want to come with us. And you prefer to stay, we can have supplies brought over for them. Be a hard journey for the others, but we'll see they reach our camp safely. Yeah, that's some powerful wind magic from that dude earlier. Damn. Well, I guess that's a tune now. Presumably. Oh, okay. Good tune. Sure thing. Way to the provinces. If I might see them again, I'll take it. Take me what you please. Sure thing, dude. Hydrium. Pewter rod. The eat right sorted in the end. All it took was a few adjustments and now it works as well as it ever did. On the terms, the function is normal. So you lot are staying, isn't it? Paying up and leaving this place, I reckon there'll be more use for me and my skills over at your camp. You're damn right, dude, bro. You're damn right. Yeah, we're gonna have to come in here later and see where the guy died. Ah, good old Milkus Dragonicus. He became a rabbit boy, huh? A little bit behind them. Will life be that way? I thought you were one of us. Not that it makes much difference now. Pure blood migrant savages. After a while, the words start to lose meaning. I'm too tired. Yours have come to offer aid. I'll be glad to accept. Conqueror's Chain. A few points need surveying. I'll be back at the camp. Well, I guess he is further ahead. There's another thing there later. Or he's behind? I don't want one thing to talk to Quintus. I'm gonna presume he's ahead. Deal with the enemies, that's good. Right, you can current quest, don't you, honey? Well, we can do all that stuff later on the line. What did we do? Oh, thank you for noting me. Oh. Good to know, I guess. An AS code. Just feel long from that way.
I have returned.
Oh, welcome back.
I had to take a moment. Figure out why my wife wasn't answering and then put away the groceries I got here and then finish watching the cutscene. I have met Julius.
Yeah, Julius Gaius Caesarius. Truly a nice boy, isn't he? Fucking bad.
I had a feeling he's gonna turn into one. Appropriate measures. You had to come and steal from us and you're talking about appropriate measures. You'd probably kill all of you by myself.
We just a little hungry, mister. Just a little hungry. Get in the cage, boy.
Here, sir, may I have some more?
Things like there's children here? Children? Oof. Poshets and pishes and pishes and poshets, I say. Children to the feet. Yeah, I hit 84 from that last quest I did.
Nice.
And I got a shitty passive and a good passive. Yay! Balancing! Well, shitty is a strong word. I got a turret use of my gap close, but since it doesn't do damage anymore, it feels less impressive to me. I've got 3 charges of it now. But I also got melee mastery, which ups the potency of pretty much all my skills by 10%, based off, you know, their base values. That was pretty neat. What am I doing?
Cool.
I ran past my target. Whoopsie daisy. Whoopsie poopsie. Oh, I got 5 currents here. Oh, I found 6 CE or currents here so far. Not bad. Once I get the dungeon, that'll be something I'll go gather. Stop flexing, Tancred. You're acting like Dirty Belly Cronin. This Dirty Belly Cronin specifically, yes. I keep wondering if next quest will be the one. I'm like, it doesn't feel like it would be, but you never know. Raftalia Blackshield bites into that strawberry lily Nyan's neck. Oh my, the emotes. I'm only 2k experience over that level up, by the way. I just barely got it.
Nice. Efficiency. The level of a single point.
I guess that would make sense, Lucia. It still feels silly though. Oh yeah, I think this is the quest. Well, I don't know. I'm just guessing. We never see a quest where, like, you know, there's an actual picture in the quest image. I think this is an important one. But that doesn't really... The quest name doesn't give the indication. One for you two. You've earned some rest, Lee. Rest is for the weak!
Lee.
Oh, that trap. I saw my old DPS rival a bit ago. He was a couple quests behind me. He was in the cutscene, so I just commented about him being there. He switched races again, the Fiend. To a male Vieira.
I might do that, actually.
You like the bunny man?
Not necessarily to a male Vieira, but...
Oh, here we go. Several cutscenes will play. It's recommended you set aside sufficient time to view them.
See you in a while, Lee!
See you tomorrow! and then, just imagine it takes so long till you catch up to this quest right when I'm finishing.
It's possible, I mean, the last one took a long ass time.
Yeah. Oh, it's like a half moon in the sky.
I need to fight here. God damn it.
Right, oh my god, do I fight?
I need to switch from controller to keyboard again.
So you're walking along with Julius, are you?
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Alright, I'll be back.
Okay. Off he goes. And now we will enjoy the splendor of many a cutscene.
Is that all of them?
The last of those who agreed to join us, yes.
We left heaters and provisions for those who wish to stay behind. They won't last forever, but hopefully they'll last long enough.
For now, I think everyone's earned a rest. We'll see to those in need of medical attention, so take the others with you and get yourselves some hot soup.
The hottest.
Did you start the cutscenes?
Yep.
Alright, I'll be quiet.
Oh, you're such a good boy. God bless his heart and soul. Impossible. This cannot be.
Warmth. At last.
Indeed.
Marvellous, isn't it? All thanks to the resourceful machinists of Ishgard, I might add. On their behalf, I bid you warm yourself to your heart's content.
Hold on. Your people might have scribbled a few things on a piece of parchment, but it was Owl and Minson Smiths that put the bloody things together.
Well, be that as it may, we single-handedly got the interior heating up and running again, didn't we?
The hells you did! We were there every step of the way!
We? You barely raised a finger to help, you ale-sodden reprobate.
I did a damn sight more than you, you lily-livered bilge rat!
Take that back!
Make me.
I will not stoop to your level.
Here.
At ease, man. There's nothing funny in it.
There's no poison in it. You're crazy.
I'm from Alamigo, but was a conscript until recently. Used to eat this with the officers.
Apparently, it's adapted from a steppe recipe. This is my first time trying it, and I have to say, it's not half bad.
It's a bit too flavourful for my liking.
Perhaps compared to what you're used to.
It's the little things that make life worth living, don't you think?
The little things, like a nice drink. I will buy a can later, and it will be delicious.
I know this is not a dream, and yet... I felt the same way at the Dragon Song War's end. Every morning I would step outside and need to be reminded that it wasn't my imagination, that my world had been forever changed. And just as I had grown accustomed to the idea, again you change my world in ways I never thought possible. Were it not for you and your fellow scions, the rift between man and dragon and myriad tribes might never have been bridged. The Grand Company of Eorzea, the Ilsabard contingent. We owe it all to you. We've shed many tears in recent days, of pain and sorrow, triumph and joy. I much prefer the latter. I'm honored to fight by your side. As an Eorzean and Garlean both, I shall do all in my power to bring my peoples together.
It is a remarkable achievement. Everything that I and the Populares had hoped for, and more.
Would that it had come sooner.
Indeed.
Indeed. Too many are not here to see it. And yet, there is a warmth in my breast, as if they still share in this moment.
Yes, I know what you mean. On a night like tonight, the wind and cold seem to pass me by.
Eidolon showing us their signs of pluck. So, here we go.
On behalf of the Galleon, I thank you for inviting me today.
There we go. It's ruining it all.
Emperor Varus?
Who's going?
They are being tempered. The talismans. Quickly!
Save me, brave hero!
You son of a bitch.
My lord has requested your presence, and I would hate to disappoint him.
Well. I guess that's their problem.
The experiment was a success, but I fear our time is short. I shall begin the preparations.
Now, it is time for you to awaken.
Oh, nice.
Good morrow to you. Here, have a taste before it gets cold. Oh, but be sure to remove your helmet. Take a moment, too, to familiarize yourself with that borrowed flesh.
I got put inside this body.
So, how does it feel? I, for one, find those first moments within a new body to be most refreshing. We had a Magitech engineer by the name of Aulus to thank for this method of soul extraction and implantation. I believe the two of you met briefly in Alamigo.
Or his neck, anyway.
His was a rather sticky end, wasn't it? Thankfully, he was thoughtful enough to leave behind his mind-jack technology. I took the liberty of making some improvements and selecting you as my esteemed test
Well, I
subject.
guess it worked. Good on you.
Come now. To us Asians, it is no different from trying on new clothes. Why not make the most of it by partaking in this fine cuisine? I must say, I have gone to great lengths to reunite you with my lord.
Ah, Pally Cally.
When I discovered that his friend was in this neck of the woods,
You guys are able to
I
do that?
suggested inviting you over for
Oh yeah,
dinner.
there was only a queue of 36 for me.
No, I can't even get past the lobby. Every time I log in, I press like start. It says connecting to data center and does this for like 2 minutes.
And
it's
says error?
Yeah, it says lost connection to data center, and then it just takes me right back
Ah,
to the
that's
login
something I
screen.
haven't seen.
Huh?
I've gotten a different error, like error message 2002. But
Yeah.
with that one, I just keep on trying until it gets in. But
I just tried 4 times now. We're going on our 5th.
He never deigned to
I think
respond,
5
but I
was
took
the
his
most it ever
silence
took
as a
me.
resounding yes.
When that happened, I went down like 600 or 800 spots in the list yesterday.
Oh, now okay, so now Oh, players in queue 5,100.
Oh, that's what I was last night. But yeah, this morning I was 36, and Salon had to wait through 2,000
His
and
grumpy
something.
little boy has finally found his playmate.
Well, that's why I've got Animal Crossing pulled up here, so...
Yeah.
It's pretty disheartening, man.
Yeah, so this scene's pretty funny.
Exposition is in order.
I don't know if it ever showed since you'd skipped the cutscene, but Salon probably can't hear this, right? It'd be a big spoiler to him if I mentioned it.
The Garlean Empire
He's
has long
muted or away, I
outlawed all
think. Or not here.
forms of
I
religion.
forget.
No gods to worship, no risk of summoning. Brilliantly simple.
We have outlawed all forms of religion.
But people being people must turn to something or someone in their hour of need. Who then? Why, His Radiance the Emperor, of course. As you have observed
Callie, look out, I
firsthand,
can't see the TV.
Garlemald has seen better days. The legendary
She's like, I
Solus
don't care.
Zosgalvus, dead. Provinces near and far in open rebellion. Our bold new emperor assassinated. And that last one even sparked a civil war.
What's rotten?
Rotten luck.
Come here, right here.
The people
Right here.
cried out for
Come here, Callie.
salvation.
Alright, fine.
Their earnest pleas. One might even
Wait.
call them prayers.
Off the TV.
A supplication united for the Empire to reclaim her former glory. And so their will did manifest, channeled through the corpse of none other than Emperor Varus himself.
Oh, so that's the explanation in this game, huh? For animal.
What about that one? That look good.
And lo, the Savior was born, the embodiment of the Garlean spirit. Their Anna.
White.
It calls to its subjects, compelling them to take up arms and fight. And just as the wealth and power gravitate towards the Empire's capital, so too does ether from every corner of the globe. The towers with which you and your allies have been so preoccupied were created as an extension of Anima itself. An
Just a
ingenious
piece of the
design.
puzzle.
Would you not agree, my lord?
Does the pursuit of prey you have bested before excite you? Of course not. Absent the challenge, the thrill.
Your prize is a hollow
Your prize is a hollow victory. Butchery. Perhaps you think that to be the extent of my promise. I have no doubt fallen in your estimation since I
You might think me weak after beating me in a level 70 dungeon, but I've gotten much stronger, I swear. Really. Seriously.
Fair enough. But do not let your disdain deprive us, of an opportunity to craft an even more majestic moment of euphoria. I have been honing my craft as I set the stage for our reunion. Wheresoever there is suffering and despair, you appear to fulfill your duty as defender of this star.
This filthy star.
The chaos and destruction that my hordes have wrought are my gifts to you alone.
Oh, yeah. For our involved, people keep on showing that.
At a loss for words? No matter. As you will learn, I have only just
begun the queue time.
Oh, will you not finish your meal?
There is only one thing that can sate my hunger, and it would seem my friend has lost his appetite. I hoped this display of civility might prove an entertaining diversion, but clearly we are above such pretensions.
Dinner with the bad man.
While my lifeless body was in the possession of the Ascian, I too claimed another's as my own. It was an enlightening experience to fight in an unfamiliar form. Flaws and failings in my technique were plain.
I've learned much from the experience.
Whence rises one's true strength? The flesh? The soul? Perhaps you should like to discover the answer for yourself.
Why don't you try fighting inside of that? Oh.
Or together.
Oh, are you going to? The game is afoot. My choice. I was gonna switch that outfit right after this shit.
Oh dear! Whatever would happen if my lord were to greet your friends as you?
Shit, that'd be
I
tragic.
shudder to imagine what carnage he would wreak. We'd better hurry if we want to avert the bloodbath.
How far did you get, by the way,
You
Paul?
can thank me later for my generosity.
So you're like level 83 or something?
There it is. Your camp, I believe. If I were to hazard a guess, I would say that you, the other you, is making his way there as we speak.
Ah, dirty belly crown.
How goes it, guys?
Well, a funny little twist just happened.
Alas,
but I
this
dare
you
not
will
say
have
it in
to
case
walk from
Salon
here.
reappears.
Or run, if you can manage.
I don't want to spoil such things
My
for him.
lord would be cross if I made it too
What
easy.
you call it? I got off a party there with Hairkin and Collie for both playing Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
Such
Saw
ingratitude.
Hair making that message.
I'd not squander this
Mr.
fighting
Pallington
chance.
of Callington isn't
After
jumping
all,
all
you've
over
obstacles
that shit.
enough to
Why
overcome.
is he in this in the FF chat?
Right
That's,
on cue.
Red Dead 2 chat. I needed to ask you that, Pally. What's going on there, buddy? Is FF more
Tempered
important than Red Dead 2?
With standing orders to kill
Well, I mean,
those
Red
not
Dead 2 isn't
sworn
going
to
anywhere. You want to get the expansion done while the iron's hot.
What?
Yeah, he's doing Animal
Yeah,
Crossing while waiting for his queue timer.
Nah, that's why. That's why he's not Red Deading over there. He's waiting for
Under
his
normal
fucking
circumstances,
queue time on FF.
you would make short work of them. But on
He had
this
an issue
occasion,
with Great Paladin.
the odds are not so heavily
So I
stacked in
found
your
out that the boys are PvPing on Red Dead. The guys are
Yeah, I
actually
would
going
only
around
get on
with-
Red Dead right now if like Soapman and Erica were both on as well.
But like, Hare and Collie are going around looking for names, my guy. They're going around looking in
They're
free
actually
roams
gonna
and fuckers to punish.
Oh, this is cool. Wait, oh, I can't do it because Salon's in the party. Well, I'll just skip all those cutscenes then. Understandable, understandable. It's like, all those cutscenes are yo, solo instance. Oh, you in a party? Skip those cutscenes again, bitch.
Look at her, Lily. Look at you, little spud. Chunky
Well,
spud.
let's skip on Trill.
Here, let me get a picture for Dirty. Dirty likes seeing pictures.
I don't know why you like sending me pictures of you playing Animal Crossing, bro. It's just kind of weird.
No, I'm sending pictures of Lily Spud.
Oh, Lily Spud is awesome, yeah. But if you were taking pictures of you playing Animal Crossing, I'd be like, bro, something is deeply wrong with this picture.
How about a picture of Lily playing Animal Crossing?
Picture of Lily, yes, but not picture of
Let's
Animal
try that
Crossing.
again.
As I said, Pally, they're gonna be looking for you. They're looking for you right now on Red Dead, my guy.
Let's fucking rock and roll, motherfuckers! Yeah!
I told you they're gonna be looking for you, Pally. After typing it there in the chat that they're looking for 2 more. They're hoping that you and Erica get on.
You can kiss my ass, how about that? Trying to prog the fantasy. Hate this game, cause I have to wait an hour to get in. Bullshit. This is some shit.
Oh, shit, we're
This
done.
is fucking shit.
At least Asmund isn't like, you know, fucking the shit up even more for me.
Oh, this music's pretty cool. I like this. He wasn't kidding about these fights being hard, I like this.
Are you in that dungeon?
No, there's a solo instance, where, I hope Salon doesn't hear this. Your body gets stolen, so you gotta play as a generic NPC. You gotta play as a generic soldier, and enemies are really strong now. Cause I'm a, cause I'm a fucking weak one now.
To keep to the shadows. Scurrying about.
Yeah, there's a timer ticking down. Everyone will die if I don't make it in time.
That's all I gotta say about that.
Your health, my health doesn't regen anymore. So I could find healing items.
No. Regen. You're right. You don't read it.
the most awesome new thing.
Oh, this is gonna be pretty difficult. Can I reach that? Okay. I'm not sure if this is gonna be difficult. Like this, I could probably only beat one guy more before I die, because my health doesn't regen in this.
I thought it was Legion.
Oh, well, given what's happening in the story right now, lead generation is impossible. Okay, found another healing item. There's another item over there, I think. Well, if that claw sees me, it's game over instantly. Blood. Stealth.
Yeah, when you left, I did a lot of skip to cutscenes. So
well, I'm gonna fucking die probably. Bring it on, you son of a bitch! That wouldn't stop me from dying in this solo instance. Skipping cutscenes gives you a
detachment from the
My lack of knowledge would help me fight better. Shit, this is bad, I'm nearly dead. I don't think I can 1v1 this guy.
Pally, my brigade, Pally!
Yes,
the need to tell Pally the level of my character, even though he can clearly see it.
Maybe I should leave the party. Maybe Collie was right.
What do you mean?
So you can concentrate on your story.
I guess I just died. This is actually pretty hard. Like, so you don't heal at all, right? There's some healing items placed around, but 2 enemies is enough to pretty much kill you, even if you're, using the mitigation and everything you have.
You said you were like a normal soldier, right? Yeah,
like I've got a weakened version of Rampart, a weakened version of Fight or Flight, and just the Paladin combo. Like not even like Goring or Royal, just up to Rage alone. And I could lower the difficulty, but we'll give it another shot.
You're not even a paladin, you're just a gladiator, like a
well, if it'd be too easy if I had clemency, I guess.
You don't deserve it.
But yeah, I really didn't expect this to happen. It's a pretty cool twist, I feel. And as you might guess, since I don't have my body, someone else does. Which, well, that'll probably be troublesome.
Change now!
Can you? Oh, if I move around, they try to AoE me, but if I stay still, they never even bother wasting time. This now is. That would have killed me if I didn't dodge it.
Not bad at all, given your diminished capacity.
Stop shit-talking me, Fandy.
It would perhaps be prudent to keep to the shadows.
Even he is telling me to try stealthing instead of fighting. I'll just pick up this healing item off this corpse. Yeah. But like, I gotta find a route through. The bigger enemies outright just kill you. And there's like a fuck ton of guys to get by. There's too many guys to get by over that way.
I'm freezing to
There's a heal there. I could go that way. There's 2 enemies over there that wouldn't like see me. I That guy might have a healing item on him, but if he doesn't, I wasted the one I have. Yeah, just keep on. I'll try and avoid as many guys as I can, or else I'll just fucking die. There's a healing item in this sack. Oh, a legion for 5 minutes. Thank God. I need every legion I can get on this fucking journey. There's a guy guarding that thing. I'll kill him and try using it. And if need be, I'll wait out my legion. If I can. That guy was a bit weaker than the last one. Yeah, no, these have items on them shit. That's a lot of guys. I can't avoid this guy, I don't think. Well, at least it's not a 2v1. That would be basically instant kill. Yeah, I'm barely stronger than a single one of these guys. I gotta use up my heal.
Did you get like the weakest guy in the fort or something?
If he was the weakest, I think it'd be outright losing instead of barely winning. Okay, I can't do anything with that. So the path onwards is... Okay, there's instant game over that way, so I have to go this way. That looks pretty dangerous too. Where do I go? No, I can't go that way at all. Alright. Oh, there's a corpse over there. Maybe it has something on it. Yeah, it's one heal on it. That should get me through one encounter. There's another thing over there, but there's 2 strong enemies near it. It's probably another bait, like the last one was. So, we have to look for another pet. The clock be ticking. Game over that way, over that way. Where to go? Leave a quick. Chocobo! But I can use some of these houses as cover. I think I need to find a mech that isn't broken. But like I found a fuel tank that might be useful. So there's 2 guys here. I can probably beat them. Surprise attack, motherfucker! I might lose again, but we'll find out. Hey! I didn't even bother trying to inspect that thing. That guy was standing on top of it. There was no way he wasn't going to interrupt me. I'm not that crazy to think so. Okay. Oh, a DPS buff for 5 minutes. That should help. There's fuel over here, but I need to find a mech that isn't broken. Maybe that one. I'll hold my one heal until I'm about to die. Another heal. Sweet. Yeah, this thing over here is what I need to prog, I think. I need to find something that matches it. The timer, if I tried to kill every single enemy, even if I could, I'd run out of time. But this guy saw me, so I gotta kill him. No witnesses!
He's like, you just had to see me. Die, you bastard!
And that... Yeah, every single one of these guys have been brainwashed by the next trial boss. And this corpse has nothing on it. Shit. There's something over here, maybe? Deceased. Yeah, there are 2 more dead people. That guy had a heal on him. What about this guy over here? I got also the heal on him. Okay, I'm holding 4 healing items now. Feel pretty good. But I've used up more than a third of my time limit, which is, you know, not ideal. But, that corpse is nothing on it. Okay. Instant death is over there, but I thought I don't go too close. With a heal. Oh, there's what I need to prog. But the thing to make it prog is on the other side of the map. So you can still all the way across the map again now. Okay, now I need the key and the fuel. I found the fuel, but I need to find the key. Which is probably on one of the corpses I passed by. Over there is likely death. Good photos, guys, sorry. Well done. Take it with my hand! All my resources! Please die faster. That was painful. I need an identification key and fuel. But I'm nearly dead. I'll pop one here. I got 3 more heals on hand, so it's not the worst case scenario yet. I don't think I can find any more heals, but even if I'm looking, I need to check every corpse. So this is
check every butt crack and every crevice they can.
Well, that corpse had a heal on it, so, you know, not a bad corpse. It's a lot of guys. I'll look for the way around. Maybe there's something in that sack over there. My DPS buff has less than 2 minutes left on it. It will get a bit more annoying when that's gone. Oh, and there's another heal in that set. Okay, that's good enough. Aiding at this. That's not good to me. Oh, I wish I had sprint. That'd be handy as shit. Yeah, I got 14 minutes left before the timer runs out. Clock's ticking.
Actually appreciate the flying thing.
Yeah. At least I know the order in which I'm supposed to do things. I'm supposed to start in the bottom right corner of the map, then walk up to the top left. After that, though, yeah, this robot sound, that's really bad. Oh, it's pretty hard. And my DPS buff just wore off there. Well, I guess I'll pick up the fuel while I'm here. So you can find the key around. Oh shit, I can't fight while I'm carrying the fuel tank. Shit, that's not good. The mech is over. This way. Past these many guys. There's a guy waiting right there at that shortcut. Slip around him. Over there. There's that guy waiting there. Over this. There it is over there. Almost there. Gotta tread the needle. Okay. We got the tank to the Reaper, but we still need the key. Oh. The pilot's yelling at me, apparently. He said, "It's over here," but I've got no idea where he is. Oh, there we are. I think, yeah. Oh, no, it took me so long to find the right route there. I'm not sure if I've got enough time to win now, even though I get to pilot a mech. Thank fucking god. I've got 11 minutes, so we're gonna have to, like, speed run this, I guess. Oh, we can't even move. I'll kill every last one of you! Huh? You now stop me? It's a fucking joke! You know, to one hit kill all these guys with giant lasers feels really good after all that near-death stealth. Get out of the mech and keep searching. Proceed while... I got to the end, now I'm like... Oh. I've got to go back to stealthing. I had to come all the way back here to kill those guys that would spawn after I get in the mech, so I can go back where I already was. Well, at least if I run out of time, at least I'll get this the third time, probably. Maybe. Possibly. Anyway. That way is kind of gammy. We'll go around the side maybe? That guy's going to squeeze by. Yeah. 9 minutes left. There's a guy right there. That guy's gonna see me. Well, nothing better to kill him. I can't afford to get into many more players. I've only got 2 heals left. Thing is though, I don't know what I'm looking for next. Like, the end of the map is like barred off on. The map is barred off on all 4 sides, which means it's something in the map, but not around the boundaries that I need to find. I'm getting a few views while I'm failing at this. That's cool. Welcome to The bad boy. Yeah, I'm running out of time, so I just gotta start exploring around the side, I guess. Find an outlet, maybe down this way. Looks like a dead end too. Yeah. Oh, come on. Well, this will take a look. Oh, hey Matt, how's it going? I'm desperately trying to find a solution to this thing here, but everywhere I go seems to be a dead end. I made some prog by destroying stuff with a mech, apparently. But now it's like, proceed while avoiding being seen. I'm like, where to though? Every single corner of the map is blocked out.
They can surely test your patience.
There's a mech over there I can examine, I guess. It's the only lead I have. Yeah. Oh no, it's that same broken one I was using earlier. Well, I'll search behind, I guess. And that's a dead end too, though. These guys are exploring really hard to find me over here. That seems like a hint that that's the way to go. Oh, yeah, I was stripped. I had to go backwards from after getting in the mech. I gotta fight my way through waves. The idea is if I didn't have enough healing items for coming here, I'd just die. Which, you know, I've only got one left, so I think I am gonna die. At least I've learned the trick though. I've searched all around. 90% of the map is there just to find healing items and get you killed. Well, I killed those two guys, but if any more spawn, I'm just dead. There's a bomb over there. Fighting an NPC. Assist the NPC in defeating the Reapers. You better give me some heals if I do, you fuck. At least it's aggro to the NPC instead of me. That way I don't have to get damaged. Oh, it blew up. That bitch. Yeah, I can't help these guys, I'm just gonna die. Okay, I'll wait for that bear to clear me. No heals around the place, it's just like... Oh, I got aggro on the bear. Oh, well, the NPC has healed me. The real heroes. My savior! He saved me! Yeah, but there's only 4 minutes left. I think I'm gonna time out, even though I'm doing the right thing now. All I can do is keep trying. Yeah, this guy's like the boss, maybe. Oh, he doesn't have much more, any more help than the other guy. Oh! Ow. Oh, those guys down. Oh, they tossed me a heal. Oh, just a lot of guys. If you use these tanks, I guess, there's a blow up on them. But I guess I can't do anything. I suppose I gotta try and not blow up the tanks. Yeah, this... I think we're all together. Oh, a stack marker. All of you fuckers on me! Get it! Gonna die. Push back. Kill this thing for the kill. Oh, it knocks me down to 12 health. I survived with 12 HP. The real clutch. But I guess that last bit was scripted. You begin to lose consciousness. Actually getting comments, my god. Oh. Not dead yet. It's not over yet. I would check the comments, but I'm too focused on this. Oh, I have to crawl with 2 minutes left on the. I'm gonna die. Crawling with.
Crawling in your crawl.
Crawling with 12 health. I didn't think this is how I was gonna fail. Crawling, timing out. But yeah, at least I know the route now.
Alright. I'm sick of this. I'm quitting.
I should open the laptop up so I can see those comments without using the view comment thing.
What's wrong with you, Pally?
Oh, I made it. I made it. I think. Maybe? It said the current instance ended, so I'll check the comments real quick. That 12 health tapping fast. That Metal Gear Solid 4.
But without suffering
These
casualties.
ovens, they burn so hard. They burned me.
A welcome one.
Oh,
Arun, Senna,
I'm
and
too
the
old
others
for
have
this
their
shit.
hands full as it is. Thankfully, there are enough scales for everyone.
I'm sorry,
Oh, the crawling bit. Made a Metal Gear Solid
And what of
4.
Eunice?
As it should.
His
I
symptoms
was
were particularly
really
severe.
out of time there. Oof. Shit.
They were, but others fared still worse, including some brought back from the Magna Glacius. As those in most desperate need take priority, it may be a while before he receives treatment.
It's like, I gotta see the comments, but I gotta live too. Just imagine if I
Rest
died
assured that
from
he
the
will.
mashing bit by
In the
reading the
meantime,
comments.
we must find our missing friend.
Like, whoops.
May the Fury guide you.
That'd be bad news. Whew. But the main problem still
Of all
remains.
the bloody times for a
The
disappearing
fake
act.
flea dog meat still roams. Which is probably gonna
Right
come
when
to
the
play
first wave
pretty
struck,
soon.
we'd be fools to think it a coincidence. But where even to begin the search? No one saw him leave in the chaos, and we've no trail to follow.
Well, it'd be weird seeing my character talking.
While I know full well he can handle himself, I worry all the same.
Ah, speak of the devil.
Instead of Lee dog meat, it's eel meat dog. I should have known.
Well, time to call off the search.
Instantly in with 0 load time. I'm changing server. Sorry, I'm leaving the server when I
Case closed.
Well, when you change server, you might have to deal with a bigger queue.
He's gonna fucking change
There's
back in
literally
a
no
week
queue.
anyway. It
That's
doesn't,
him.
it doesn't
Over
matter.
there.
I just tested this server. It says players in queue 8.
I mean, usually American servers have much bigger queues with the amount of players trying to get in. But...
No, I'm in the Japanese server.
Oh, that's yeah. You think that'd be the
That's even
most?
worse.
You think that'd be the
Struggling to
most active
perceive
of
his
all?
presence.
Countless players flooding.
Yeah.
Like Zodiac's one of the least populated servers, so it should have some of the shortest queues you can find.
Actually, I just checked the population of the server, and it's
I
actually
am.
Zodiac is one of the most popular
Perhaps
servers.
in
My
the
God.
aftermath of the wave,
The
there
world's
is some
changed.
residual effect interfering with
Back
my
when I
health.
started, it was the second least populated server in the game.
Not anymore.
Yeah. We finally became popular, all because of Pally Cali.
If I continue to stay on that server, I'll never be able to actually play.
Where have you been?
We know
I-
you're gonna
Worried
be back
sick.
in like a few days anyway, Pally. Give it like a
I
day
mean,
or
you
two.
know that the queues aren't gonna be like this for long. If you tried
No,
logging
no.
in at the same time
All's
I
well
did,
that
you
ends
probably wouldn't gotten the instant one I got.
You're right.
Because like Salon did it a few hours after me, and he got a much longer one. Then you did it a couple hours after him, and you got a much longer one than him.
It blows my mind that you guys are just okay with this. You're like, yeah, I'll wait 3 hours to get in the
I
game.
mean,
That's fine."
I was 36th in queue. I had to wait 1 minute.
Not me. I had 10,000 yesterday, and then I had 5,000 today.
Yeah, the later in the day you go, the longer
are
the
you?
queue usually is because of how many people are there. I got in the morning for Europe, so I got in easily. Slán did it in like the afternoon, and you're doing it around dinner time, so most people on. We're nearly at peak hour actually. That should be happening like before the next hour will be at its most.
Yeah, it'd be like almost impossible to stay.
Oh my god, it's Reaper dog meat! Shut up now.
That's even the same for us. It's like you're a fool trying to log in during peak hour.
Yeah. That'd be true.
You should be logged in for
You're
peak hour,
absolutely
not
right.
logged in.
It's my fault that the queue is this high. Of course.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's your fault.
I'm not saying it's your fault.
I'm a moron.
It's like you're trying to make a problem out of everything I say. You want there to be an issue.
There is an issue. What are you talking about? I can't log in the game. I don't want there to be an issue. There's literally an issue right now.
Sadly,
we know he's going to be back in a week anyway. He's going to be like, right, he does this, like, right, I'm leaving for a bit, he's going to get to like level 90, and then he's like level 90, he's going to be like, oh, I've got no one to play with, so I guess I'm going to hop back to your guys' server. It's not as bad now, because thing's been out like a week.
Yeah, it's all about the time you go on.
Yeah.
But where are my manners? We have all
traveled
travelled so very far, and I've yet to pay my respects.
I mean, if you came on 5 hours earlier, you probably wouldn't have had much of a queue. But I know that doesn't really work
5
with your.
hours earlier, I would have been asleep because it would have been 5.
Though in my defence, I was ill prepared to
that's the
receive so
time
many
zone, yeah.
uninvited guests.
Yeah, the first few days is usually it's pretty heavy.
Were in order.
It'll probably calm down a bit tomorrow, then pick up a bit a day or two after that when regular people can get into the game. When early access ends and everyone can get in.
A handful of tempered soldiers to hamper your progress. Refugees to command your attention while I siphon the ceruleum from the shadows.
Yeah, there were record congestion levels, the highest it's been in the 7 years the game's been out.
Charitable souls that you are, you bent over backwards to aid them, heedless of the delay, predictable to a fault. And so my plan approaches completion unhindered.
An easy victory.
Anima will soon have absorbed the requisite amount of ether, and then shall come the spectacle to end all spectacles.
Witness the sacrifice.
The eldest and most powerful of primals will awaken,
Callie switches servers.
and all shall bear witness to the final
The
day.
ultimate primal, presumably Zodiac.
The gods themselves will be my meal. Your dear companions my dessert. Upon this world I'll feast, and death shall follow in my wake.
Well, shit. Things are still bad.
All your hate, all your rage, you will render unto me.
That effect looks so funny. Dizzy. Dizzy dog me.
For upon thy life's wheel wind too many threads of fate, power, wheel enmeshed with woe. More terrible still is the attrition wrought upon thy companions, as they are swept up in the storm of thine existence. Take heart and protect them well. They will be your...
Yeah, when I was in my hour-and-a-half queue yesterday, which was annoying, but nowhere near as long as Pally's was. But, I did some Grand Blue while doing that, and if I didn't have Grand Blue to do, I probably would have watched some videos, listened to some music or something like that.
God damn.
It was enough.
10,000 in queue though.
Yeah, I was only at, the most I've been to was, I was at 5,000 once, 2,000 once, and 36 today. But yeah, Pally's been joining at pretty bad times.
Yeah.
Though there's not much he can do about it.
Yeah, I get it. You'd have to do pretty much like a dirty belly cronin on it and fuck up the sleeping schedule to play it perfect hours to where he can gain access easily. Which would indeed be actually so doing it in its own way. If I had control over it, I wouldn't be doing it.
I mean, you do have control in that you can, you know, miss one get-together. Oh, you're not watching the stream anymore, Matty Boy? I suppose. In that case, I will respond there.
Sometimes an hour, maybe 2 hours. Like before I can actually go off. That alone kind of sets my sleeping pattern off.
Oh, and before I forget...
It felt good having someone comment on my stream, even if it was Matt. You know, it was so nice.
I would, but that would indeed...
Given recent events, I would be surprised if you weren't feeling a bit poorly.
I would be like, hey Leakin, do you mind walking me through it?
A hearty meal and a long rest would be my recommendation under normal circumstances.
And here's the part.
These are anything but. If Van Daniel's boasts are to be believed, we must act quickly.
I don't want to play as Tancred here.
Once you've blown away the cobwebs, we can discuss preparations for our
I don't want to play as nameless guy. But he less.
No. We don't want. We want to play samurai. Why does it keep lumping fucking other characters at me and say, here, play this guy? Well, I want to play samurai. No, you play fucking Tancred and you like it.
I really like the integration myself.
I do not. I prefer... I just want to play samurai, that's all I want to do.
That's pretty boring.
I don't want to do anything else, I just want to play Sam.
Fair enough.
Like I want to get Sam max level 90 first, and then I was thinking about doing Monk again. Monk was pretty fun doing that day. 80 was legit win.
I mean, they kind of made it a bit more Sam-like now.
Which would make me like it even more, haha! Dirty, they made it even easier for you to play this class. In fact, this entire game.
Oh, this is the dungeon. No, I was thinking of waiting until Salon caught up, but I don't know.
That would be sus.
Well, I mean, earlier he was just a few quests behind me, you know. I was gonna like do eater currents, you know, some hunts, you know, get other stuff I want to get done. There's no rush to hit 90. Savage ain't gonna be the raid tier ain't gonna be out for until the next patch apparently. Like next month maybe. New Year's and all that, you know. So until then, just about, you know, getting ready for, you know, while you're waiting for stuff, you get ready for stuff. So you can pound it as soon as it's there. You know, those are some pretty cool cutscenes. There's some pretty neat interaction. I never expected that. They got me.
Right where it hurts, Lincoln. Right where it hurts.
Especially if, like, Meridia was like, could you still be a champion in this ball of disgustingly weak flesh with none of your skills? Are your skills all that define you? No, it's my build too!
Meridia, you strike at me where it hurts. You know you do. Why you do this?
Oh, that's pretty. I like that strat. We're gonna start building bridges to make it look like we're going straight for them, but the bridges are the distraction. They're building bridges, sir. A likely story. No, really, there's bridges right there. A likelier story. Everyone's wearing winter outfits. Yeah. Like, they give Alice Say and Alphanaud new outfits, and then, like, shortly after, it's like, nah, fam, put these winter ones on. I saw over there is the destination. I wonder when we were gonna go there. But yeah, at the end of Shadowbringers Dirtington, one of the remaining Asians, he brought up towers across the world, and they were transmitting brainwashing signals, brainwashing people around the world, and forced them to summon primals like crazy. And that's the setting for this. Finding a way to stop all that. That's the starting off anyway. Time to lead the infiltration party. Once inside, you must locate and defeat Fandy and Xenos. I'll have my vengeance yet. It's all about me, baby.
So, Leakin, we're after intimidating a dying woman that was in bed.
What a hero. Ah, Soap Man. The man of soap.
Do you want me to break your legs while you lay there too hard?
Hey, you don't have to Soap Man like that. Come on.
I'll tell you what you need, I'm sorry.
Ah, Paddy Kelly left.
He started to chat with you, what the fuck?
The moment he saw his son appear, he's like, I better drag him in to 1v1.
No, he messaged me on Messenger, he wanted to tell me something, so I just joined this. I don't know.
Oh yeah. That's the old
for a second I was just like, is he gonna troll me? But like, then he invited me just now, so hold on. I'm actually I'm skeptical.
You should be. You should always be skeptical when it comes to Callie of Pally.
Oh, so fun, that's good.
Yep, well, Pally invited him to that funeral party, so that's what you were saying. The whole reason he came on the fourth visit was Pally asked him. Pally's like, I can't believe you and Slán are okay with this, Liam. Like, I mean, our waits were nowhere near as long as yours, in fairness. I only had to wait an hour and a half yesterday. Well, it's like I had to wait an hour and then an hour and a half. Is this a deficit? Oh no, it's just friendly day. I'm playing the theme of my stream right now, Leviathan, or rather, buy your food, buy your food. Yeah, I told John my stream name, but I don't think he remembered it. Probably not. I said buy your phone. Why didn't you buy your phone? You were Sloan was saying that you get like it went down with like 300k experience in Bosnia. Something like that. Better get in before you freeze. A good fight should warm you right up, Lee. We've got lots of 4 coats. Too many even. Finch group has gone ahead. We are to meet them there. We wait until the tempter's attention is drawn. Yeah, we're really going from Tower of Zot to Tower of Babel, huh? Wait a bit further ahead. I ran to my old arch enemy earlier.
You did, didn't you?
Yeah, he was a couple of quests behind me.
How goes it now, rival crew?
Stuck on the last story mission.
I still find it funny that Salon bought a skip to skip the last 20 missions of Shadowbringers because he forgot to do them. He got so focused on progging North, like, oh yeah. So, given his profession, I'm sure money is no object. I guess. Yeah, you collapsed, Lee, but I'm glad you recovered. I collapse all the time. Something strange. To the station we go. I would have liked to run it with Pally or Salon. I don't know how far Pally got, but I think I'm pretty sure he's behind me now at this point. I know he's level 83. the leaders. We must kill both of them, as well as Anima, the mighty Primal. Till the very end, we will help them. The Tower of Babel, now accessible. Salon is online, but I don't know how far behind he is. I guess I'll ask, kind of thing. I think I'll go do some other stuff instead of proccing for a bit. Cause I like doing dungeons with my buddies. I could just do with the NPCs like I did with all the ones the first time back then, but... Oh, another Palicami party. Well, for now it's just an eater current hunting, I guess.
Could do that.
Yeah. As I'm sure you know, there's always like an eater current tied to story prog, in other words, beating this dungeon is required to fly here. If I got all the other... Yo.
So much talking. I'm sorry, in the cutscenes, every single one of them is voiced, which is why I mute to hear the things.
Yeah, I get you.
I'm finishing Alia Icta Est.
Yes, 3 quests after that is the dungeon.
I'm turning that in right now.
In that case, there is a really long segment, a really long solo instance before the dungeon.
If you want to go ahead and do the dungeon, it's fine. I mean,
I suppose I could. I suppose I could do it with the NPCs to do it normally with you.
I thought you had to do it once through Do Definer first.
Oh no. So the way it works is, after you beat it, you can do it with NPCs as they were for that, or set it to avatars and do it with any of them. But you can't pick it from the trust menu until you've done it, but they're right outside the entrance, and if you click on them, you can do it with them. So I'll do it with them, and I'll do it with you again when you get there, I guess. So we'll have Tancred as tank, we'll have Sage Boy as healer, and we've got a few options for DPS. Let's go with Ishtoler. Why not?
Victory will be ours.
Hey, Dirty.
How did you steal her? You stole her.
Oh, she was meant to be stolen. It's time for some horrible DPS with these guys, yeah. I like every now and then your soul is like multi-foul.
Fucking coward, man.
What?
The dude, he's a fucking coward, man.
For the gun, that you mean? Yeah, shucks. I knew you were gonna comment on that.
Taking the fucking easy way out.
They do kind of give him some justification later when someone's like, he would have been tried as a war criminal and is meant to. He thought by getting rid of himself.
Let me get there.
It's just like, you know, a couple lines, but you know, it's like them trying to justify what you just said, you know.
Yeah, but no.
It comes a bit later, so it's almost like after the fact. They're like, by the way, it's funny watching Tancred put on his tank stance right at the start. Like, yo, I got this, fam. Oh well, let's get started. Yeah, for a part you're nearly at, I kept making sure you weren't here so I wouldn't spoil it for you because it's something I really wouldn't want to spoil.
Thank you.
Okay, he's not here, thank God.
Yeah, I also muted in part so that you could enjoy the thing the way you like to without having to worry about, you know.
Yeah, I get you. Now it's time to dungeon the fuck out of these bitches. Broken. Flint strike. Shinjinken. Shoryuken. Tatsuma. Broken. I'm not demolishing on a big mob, poor man. It's AOE time.
No, come on.
If there's only like 2 guys, then yeah. Maybe you might have a case for 3. So you're being a bit sus at that point. Crit again.
So you're thinking about doing what we did last expansion? Thinking about buying level 90 crafter gear?
I'll just make it for you, man.
What do you mean by buying level 90 crafter gear?
Like what we did last expansion.
I got that. I got mine with scripts like a normal test. Cause Salon, I've sent you custom deliveries before. I don't know if you did any. They give a fuck ton of scripts, like enough to get a full set pretty much by doing 1 weekly of it. Yeah. You also get like a couple of levels from doing it. A few levels, 2 or 3 levels from doing a weekly. It's pretty nice. They might have weakened it now, you never know, but we'll find out when I get time, I guess. I might keep leveling Blacksmith. I don't know.
There are some crafting quest lines in Charlian.
Yeah, just like the ones that were in the Crystarium last expansion.
So did they pull that shit again where like, oh yeah, here's Netherite.
Yeah.
With more than one.
They're like, let's up the ante on him. Yeah, I really didn't expect the second one. I was like, Nani? We
right? Do you know where the bicolor stones go?
The bicolor stones?
Yeah, once you get from doing fates, I don't know where to check how many of them I have. It's not in currency.
There's a gemstone trader who shows you how many you have.
Oh, so you have to go to the fucking trader to see how many you have? That's inefficient.
I'm checking my currency. Yeah, it doesn't show up in my currency.
Yeah, it doesn't show up there.
Like I was seeing if it worked for me, you know, since I've already talked to this person.
Yeah, I spoke with the gemstone traders. You have to talk to them to get the gemstone.
I'm gonna be back in a big
yeah, like last expansion mount speed upgrades were from those people. I wonder if it'd been saved this time around. Even though I haven't like done any saves for this expansion, they still let me trade my old expansion gemstones for stuff. Let's see.
42, I think.
I got 380. Whoa, dodge that shit. Oh no, I got hit. Oh, I'm alive. If an ad could one-shot me with an AoE, then bosses would be feeling kind of sad about themselves that they couldn't.
They haven't learned the secret technique. They have to AoE.
Oh, we must split into 3 groups. I don't think we have to, but alright, if you say so. We split up right before the first boss of the dungeon. Oh yeah, because this is the Tower of Babel, we're fighting the bosses who were in the... Oh, that's cool. So in FF4 there was something called Tower of Babel, and this guy here, Barnabas, he was a boss in that game, in the same dungeon. Oh, that's so cute.
Is that the name of the thief they released instead of Jesus in the Bible? Barnabas?
I think you're right.
Yes, because Tower of Babel is there as well.
The DPS seems pretty decent, honestly. Oh shit, what are these mechs? Look, I did it wrong.
I mean, as long as they tank and heal and do mechs.
Yeah, so they all did the mech correctly. Actually, the thing is, it was a shared mech, right? But Tancred succeeded it even though I was tethered with him. Like, you can't make me fail this mech lead on me! I can sure as hell try! Oh, right, I will copy you guys. Yes. I was one step too close. Oh, barely got grazed by it. Like, he drags you across the room based on your polarity, whether it's opposite to him or not. I saw where, you know, the person with the same mark as me was, but they were one step further away from me, so they were treading the needle. I just barely did not tread the needle. Fine, Alpernod, I'll fucking stack with you, Christ. What would you do without me? Live a happy life, I thought so. So you say you cannot... Oh, Tancred got a new skill, Dodge. It makes him take no damage from the next attack, because it just misses him no matter what. That's cheating, you bastard! My privileges. Oh, so me and Alphanod got to stay really close, I think? Yeah. Okay, I did the next successfully. Oh, right. So I gotta stand all the way over here. Gotcha, bitch! I'm on to your fucking game!
Speechless, aren't you, little? Yeah.
You did, Fred! No more Scooby snacks for... Also, when you do a dungeon with...
Logged out, ooh boy.
Also, when you do a dungeon with NPCs, of course, as you might guess, all the loot, all the chests, you just get the loot. Because there's no one to roll against you.
Oh my god. But do you get full XP for the dungeon?
Yes, you do. Even the NPCs also get experience if you set them to avatars. Leveling them up gives you a title and a new outfit for all of them. Flint Strike! Flint Strike, they're the Flint Strike, they're your modern Stone Age farmers. From the town of Dogmeat, they'll cause a lot of larceny. Spin, spin, win. Tancred, buddy, hey, you're a little damaged. But Alphanard, that's right, you sage heal him. Good boy, good boy.
Yeah, the Aetherite works now.
You're damn right.
Oh, and now they have side quests, huh? Fuckers.
Now we're willing to give you chores. Oh, it's cool. So in this dungeon, there's a bunch of NPCs with you at the start, and they split up. You can actually see them fighting mobs and doing mechs across the room. You better not fail that mech where I can see you fail it. You went. It's a whole brand new world for you, man. A brand new world for... A brand new world for you, Anthony. Oh right, I did the same thing twice. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. In this game of life. I'm wondering who the second boss is gonna be. Wait, is it? Yeah, I think I know who the second boss of Dungeon is gonna be, just from thinking of like the lore of the game this place came from. Back in the actual game that they came from, they had infinite health, and you had to like stall them out till they gave up fighting you. I was sick of this shit.
Right, so the strategy is to bore them. Gotcha.
Your boring technique needs work. I'm mildly amused instead. It's gonna work. The sunny family from town of Dogmeat. It's a brand new world for you, and brand new world for someone for you, Hadley. Tornado kick. More like tornado crit, baby. It can be a bit awkward keeping up snakes now. What with all those combos you gotta do in perfect balance. But I guess it's about doing the order you do them in. Now it's a race to reach the next boss, they all said. You guys think you can beat me there? Huh? Challenge accepted. Especially if they were all broken and battered right outside the boss room. We technically got here first. I'll eat this shitty bread for that little experience, dude. That's so good.
3% is 3%, man.
Yeah. You damn it. I was thinking about making Tancred do big falls, but you know, he's a small boy. Don't want to stretch him too much.
Does he do big falls? Don't do it.
Oh, so every guy you pull, he'll try and he'll like sprint out. He'll got to come off you. He reacts slowly to the pull at first, you know, with mitigating, but if he lives a bit, he'll start mitigating the pull thing correctly. It's about him living long enough for him to realise I need to start mitigating again. Or else I'll fucking... And Alphanod and stuff can raise them, but I think they hard cast. They can swift cast, I think, but it's a rare thing. Also, Alice, you know, she's Red Mage will never raise anyone and never heal anyone. She'll also use a limit break the instant you get it. In other words, you know, whenever you get rank 1 limit break, she'll instantly use it on the next mob. She will never let you get to rank 2. Ever. Second boss. Oh, Lou guy. Makes sense, I guess. This is the guy who created Barnabas. Back in the game, you fight them like back to back, but this time he's the second boss. Yeah, that works. He took half my health off with one auto, because thank God I didn't pull him off me right away. Thank God I'm bleeding here! Oh, shit, the same one. Yeah, that auto attack took half my health away. Oh, shit. A purple and a green. We step in the... Oh, right. So to avoid dying, I have to turn myself into a frog. Alright. And then we're all moving around the room in formation to bait the missiles. What is this, an actual raid group? Tornado dog me? Oh, those are gonna blow up. Run for your lives! Lord Xenos put me in charge for a reason. I'll have your head. Oh, this again, huh? Oh, that's pretty cute. You have to shrink yourself to dodge underneath the AoE.
Away with you!
But you do like no damage. Actually, it's still good. Oh, it only seems to do much less damage, honestly. It's only a bit weakened when I'm a midget. Lalafell punch! Imagine if Lalafell became invisible when you have to shrink. Well, I'm already a Lalafell, what do I need to shrink? I'm naturally a midget.
I'm definitely sick.
Yeah. Oh shit, that wasn't really good. No, it's time to fucking chance, Loudie! Okay. Oh, hey, Dirt, you there? Oh, I'm so bad. Still alive. I blame all of them.
I am.
So at 1%, he forced us to do the frog mech again and wait 15 seconds. You're at 1%! Oh. Tancred finished him off before I could attack again. You killed stealing bitch! Or ain't no tan, or ain't no cred. Credtan is what they do not call him. We'll deal with these scrolls to the iron will of the hell.
We're after eating 6 packets of baked walkers.
Incredible. Sugoi bakedness. Bacon master? Bacon lord. You were a hungry baked walker's boy. Dinner time isn't too far off. I've been surprisingly hungry today. Maybe it's because of how long I waited to eat breakfast. I don't know. could have went straight to its twin. And made the bit. Goes pretty well. They upgraded my force AoE to always crit. So crit, and every crit gives me a stack. So yeah, that's giving me a stack every time I use it, baby. Also,
because we know.
Also, whenever I use one of my new finishers, I get to pick wherever I want to start my combo. Like I can pick any of the styles. So I go straight into a twin snake to keep my thing over, straight into a demolish. What? I'll tell you in a while. Be down like 15 minutes probably. Since we're nearly at the last boss. Couple more moves. That's gonna be annoying. Tank red dodge! Tank. Alright, that's repetition. Well, with just 2 guys, I think I'm probably better off just doing... What's going the dice going to the room of position? Yeah, one more mob before we... Last mob before the final boss.
Yeah, but then the super final boss.
The super final boss of this second dungeon, yeah. Yeah, this is the second.
Final boss. That's what Harley calls it. Everything.
Yeah. Like a super secret hatred for the Q-Fan.
That's not super or secret, he's just pretty open and blatant about that.
So this is kind of weird. They said that the Mega Sisters and Anima would be trial bosses, but they're the bosses of the first and second dungeon. Maybe we'll fight them again as trials? Or they were just fucking with us. Either way.
Shut up.
Oh look, its title is God of Gods, Anima.
Yeah, but then level 90 was true anima. Alright, so that anima we fought before was just a fake anima.
Lesser anima.
Is that anima even further than Alright, so I'm not looking forward to this next thing that I have to do.
I should have known.
I will not walk.
They spread for no reason. Headers we got.
No, we got the photo, huh?
Oh, we gotta run into... Let's see. Look at that one. Anima begins eating souls. Anima, get back to your diet! God. Have a balance, oh shit. Oh, I nearly killed myself. Yeah, it's basic, it's like, that thing those dragons do where they keep on blasting the same spot. You have to move out of it. I didn't realise it was that, so I nearly died.
That blast on DSL, it does two things. It hurts anyone who's in it, focus net. It also enrages the ad.
Horrific roll. Oh, this was her ult in FF10. You've entered Animus dimension. You must fight Animus other.
So like, you know ads that are in that area, they get buffed. Feeling going, like shit
what are you talking about?
Like is there something like that in FF where like big bad boss there's like a mass AoE and any enemies that are caught in that AoE get a buff to their offense, their defense and their health. So it's basically a fail test thanks to an NDCS. My turn! My turn! That health is more formidable.
That's what that was. No, I mean like this minute. Oh god, can't, too fast. Can't dodge. Well, that's the way. Like I say, it's a bit harder playing while listening to. Right, so that's how that works. So, you get arrows put on you which decide the angle in which the AoEs will follow you. The AoEs follow faster than you can sprint. So you have to place them in a corner at an angle that makes it possible to dodge them, otherwise you just die. And if you die while you're with NPCs, it's an instant wipe because, you know, they're not going to revive you. The fight just ends.
What's their page?
I think I know that gimmick now. Yeah, I guess it makes sense this dungeon will be harder than the previous one. That's, annoying mech, but we'll deal with it. It'd be funny if that's the mech Salon doesn't die to. Like, that was the easiest mech leak, huh? The fuck? Yeah, my dad can be really bad with time sometimes, can get impatient about it. But, like, I'll say 15 minutes, you like it? How long has it been? 8 minutes. But, life goes on. Anyway, let's,
First, get it open. They're doing it with tank reps and MP3 sometimes.
Yeah.
You don't trust randoms enough to do things.
Oh, well, I don't have to wait till queue time like this. There is that.
But Bacon, what if you actually found people that did mech?
Like Salon?
And even rarer seats.
I mean, the AI are doing their mech. I can't say that.
I'm on about the random. The random you can't find if people actually did it.
That is true.
9 times out of 10 they fucking know. It's actually quite surprising. Bro, come on. This is easy. This is Fungal Grotto for fuck's sake. Don't be stupid.
Shit, Rock.
That's the only thing.
Oh, I wasted this riddle of fire. Oh, it will be back. Anyway, here's the second thing. Still got to dodge the claws. And those nearly instant death chases.
The boss just got her second windmaker.
That is true. That is what's happening. Bacon to work.
The dinner time.
Oh, the mech didn't target me this time.
Anchorage, you wretch. You actually taunted your foe.
Well, DPS check phase is nearly over. Yep, there goes DPS check phase. The gauge was at 51 out of 100, so their DPS isn't, you know, bad. He's doing his own though.
I'm about to do the restful supper.
Yes, the long solo instance.
Yep.
I'm fighting the last boss of the dungeon right now. That was quite annoying. I won't let you do that mech again, bitch!
What?
Oh, the boss. Yeah.
Get those questions, they're depriving us of our so long. Can't even keep it up that long anymore.
He really wants to enjoy them. I respect it. He also doesn't want to disrupt what I'm doing either. That's how he says. Shit, I should have done it. Tornado kick! Top lead punch! Top lead kick punch! Tancred just said, my turn! Tancred, you'll get your chance in the bedroom later, relax. Yeah, almost.
This actually is thinking he's getting it. How adorable.
I might regret this, but... Oh, I better dodge that. Oh, fucking shit. Gotta dodge this mech too. I've got a limit break, but the mech forced me to. Okay, now. What do you need, Tom? Don't stack on me with your AoE, you son of a bitch! I nearly died to the AoE that Alphanod put on me. But we won. He tried to kill me right at the end. Anyway, that's a victory. You fought well, Alphanod, but my death is not so easily achieved. A worthy foe was Alphanod. A worthy foe. He pushed me to the brink. How much damage did I take from Alphanod? He hit me for 12k. So I had 9k health left after he hit me. Oh, I'll survive with survival.
Push it too.
What's that? Dancer weapon? What's that? Anyway, I'm gonna go tell my dad what I want for dinner, I guess. Well, that's that dungeon done. Jen.
Farewell, Varus. May the gods have mercy on your soul. Come. The other two await.
He's really precise about that. He checks the light every time. He's desperate to find if it's being wasted or not. No. Hello, Villain Coon. How are you doing?
This madness ends here!
Oh, hush. This is the best part. Enough!
Still just going in. He's the only one who tried to stop them. Whereabouts he is, Still in for trying. No one else did.
Oh, mighty Zodiac! Awaken from your slumber and descend!
Some manner of magical defense?
The moon was defended.
Cryle? But how?
Hi.
The shackles that bind my adversary will not be so easily broken.
You won't save Zodiac that easily, says Heidelin. He was my prisoner!
Feeble relic of a forgotten age! Hark! Victory is mine!
You will find your shackles are in fact that easily broken. Oh no. So she put up a 6-layered magical shield defending the thing, right? He's like, I'll break it! He broke 4 of the layers, but then he ran out of power. He couldn't break the last 2. Shit, I was so close! Ethan says, and I was so close.
My lord, a slight change of plans. We shall travel to the moon and break this wretched barrier ourselves.
Whatever it takes.
What was that?
The final order issued by Anima to the Tempered Thralls. Should the Empire fall, the world must share.
That's quite the statement.
Of course. Father lacked the conviction to give such a command. The abomination born of his flesh was but a puppet, and I the puppeteer.
You madman! You monster!
There's a funny joy in watching your flailing attempts to fight the inevitable. You're all going to die, and they're powerless to prevent it.
You cannot stop evil. He said there's a funny joy to watching you try and stop this.
We really must be on our way. You're welcome to give chase, provided you are content to leave comrade and tempered alike to die screaming.
I have asked too much of this child. Tend to her. The last brand at Mare Lamentorum is yet unbroken. Zodiac remains bound. I have shifted the flow of ether and sent the enemy far from their destination.
That's kind of funny. Hey, Dirty. So the bad guys are going to the moon, right? She's like, I've shifted the flow and teleported them to the opposite end from their destination. She's just fucking delaying them. Fucking with their waste run.
Now, I shall divert it once more. An ally awaits, and I will deliver you unto him.
An ally awaits you, and I will bring you
Seek
to
his
him.
aid. Restore the seal. Zodiac must not be set free.
I mean, it must not be set free, but it probably will be set free if I was a guessing man.
The Tempered are running wild. Not only those at the tower, but those back at the camp. The others are doing their best to contain them, but the situation is growing beyond our control.
Leave them to die or give up the chase. Just like Fandaniel said.
I'm the one he wants.
You're going alone?
I'll solo this shit.
You have our trust and our faith. I pray we have yours. Our friends in the Tempered need our help. We will save as many as we can, I swear.
Once we have matters well in hand, we'll join you on the moon. Until then, be careful. There's no...
They've really put up quite the struggle. We'll save them. Good luck, Lee Dogmeat. We're the most of the way to 85 now. Ever one step behind. One small step for Dogmeat, one big ass step for Aos.
Long, long before Dalamud was forged to imprison an Elder Primal, the eldest of them all, savior of the star, was sealed within a moon of his own. Souls sacrificed to grant him life still slumber and dream of the day he and we will be made whole. Here he waits, in this cold, barren place. His cradle and his grave.
Before Bahamut got put in the moon, this guy got put inside a bigger moon. I did it before I was killed, you kid.
Soundlessly to a sundered star, adrift and alone.
Guess where I am now, Dirtington?
Good.
Yeah. Champion. The one who will aid me. I think I'll take the hood off. Put on this Imperial coat. Why not? Looks it a bit. This place is fairly big. Who would have guessed? Madness, to be sure. And would you believe there's still 2 other zones for me to visit besides this? They were holding out on us, that's for sure. Unless I... did I? Don't think I missed. Anyway. You don't have to lash out at me because you can't remember where you left your lunch, man. Come on. Well, I'll eat it with you. That'll make you feel better, okay? That summoner just instantly summoned Bahamut to new one of the guys. Find me. You gonna sleep or what, you did? Fair enough. Higher and higher we go.
I shall talk to you at some point tomorrow, you can.
Sure thing. Oh. The big man. Used to chant. nearly shattered. If only if all else fails. These punches. You are what shows me. Go to them. Small dog meat. Where's the nearest? They tried so hard. Float through his face. Drop it. Do you remember the 21st night of September? fuck? Do a picture of that again. That's a dog. A dog for meat. Alright then. Follow a dog behind, from here until front. Having this like interactive following thing is kind of neat. It's a nice way of just knowing traffic. I guess this dog ain't gonna say anything until we get home. Won't escape me that easily, dog. There you can mount to keep up the thing, but I think you'd have to keep from overtaking it anyway. But we switched our. Why did it have to end? Truth, yet no consolation. Tragedy, catharsis. What's up, dog? Follow with the dog, baby. Follow with the dog. Oh, it's a B rank. If I was 8, I'd go 1 down, but I'm not. Down a minute! Oh, that's the food. I guess I'll bring this dog to the destination and then take a break. Close. Oh, it's over there. What am I doing? Need all those guys. Well, I shall go eat.